Okay.
We already paid the bill, but the highlighted part.
Oh. Alright. Give you credit. I thought that was gonna be on vehicle. So, that's what.
Grace told me we already paid that bill, and then we found that, so we wanted to find out if that was, what that meant.
Yeah, I can explain it to you.
Grace, are you good? All fired up? Mr. Clempe, are you good?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. At this time, I would like to call to order this May 3rd, 2022 meeting. Would you please rise? Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Kluskevich.
I am here.
Ms. Lloyd.
Here.
Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Sykes.
Here.
Mr. Strong.
Here.
Mr. Redinger.
Here.
Ms. Wallbecker is not here.
She's about 5 minutes out. At this time, I would like to report on the executive session that we last held to discuss personnel, real estate, and potential litigation. No action was taken. At this time, do I have public comment on agenda items? Seeing no public comment? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Still, go ahead.
The last meeting, do you have any idea how many people watched the live streaming?
I don't have that data.
0. It froze up at 17 minutes. So, do you know when it freezes up? Can you tell, Grace?
I can, but I
Okay.
have no idea how to fix it.
Well, I do.
Oh, good.
I have a suggestion. If Grace knows or somebody informs her that the live stream is not streaming, that you notify the president, and the president can recess the meeting for 5 minutes, and they can reboot the computer and start the live streaming again, then call the meeting back to order, continue with the agenda item that was before the streaming froze.
It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Any more public comment on agenda items?
Uh, 6 and 7, signage in Woodland Hills. We don't do signage at Pine Ford. Why do we do signage at Woodland Hills?
I don't know, but we can get an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have an answer?
Pine Ford's private roads.
Oh, Pineford is private roads.
And Woodland Hills isn't that private property?
No, they were deeded over to us, those roads. Same with the sewer and everything that runs through it.
Thank you for the clarification on that. Agenda item number 1.
Do I have a motion to approve council meeting minutes for the April 19th, 2022 meeting as submitted?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Miller, second by Councilor Strom. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 2.
Do I have a motion to approve payment of bills as shown on the accounts payable list dated April 28th, 2022 for the period of April 14th, 2022 through April 28th of 2022, and to ratify approval of such bills already paid and to authorize the appropriate officials to take the required actions to make those payments?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Councilor Miller, second by Councilor Seitz. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries with 1 no. Agenda item number 3.
Do I have a motion to direct the solicitor to draft an ordinance to convert East Roosevelt Avenue from a 2-way to a 1-way Street east to west toward North Union between the intersection of North Union and the intersection of Pine, and to change Oak Hill Drive from a two-way to a one-way, east to west, from North Union to Briarcliff Road with appropriate signage and always stop control at Oak Hill Drive and Pine Street.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Kluskevich, second by Counselor Miller. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Ringer, I'd like to see this tabled for one meeting until all the residents out there can get a little more notification, instead of paying the solicitor to draft the resolution. Because I know quite a few Oak Hill residents that do not want it. So I think it probably weighs out. Those that do want it, those that don't. So I'd like to table it.
Do you have a motion and a second?
I agree with
uh,
Counselor
the
Seitz.
floor
In
for-
addition to that, we spent,
East Roosevelt.
sorry, I don't recall how much money to do a more comprehensive study, but yet all we're focusing on is making Roosevelt one way and nothing else, none of the other results of the study. And I think that we need to examine the entire study a little more before we just pick pieces of it apart.
Any other questions or comments?
I'll say that HRG is represented here tonight if anybody has any questions about the study. We have Josh Sheets here and Eric Stump in the audience.
No? Seeing no more questions, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Kuskevich?
Yes.
Ms. Lloyd?
What's
No.
the vote on?
Ms. Miller?
There was a
Yes.
motion to table.
No, there's, hold on.
No.
Mr. Strom?
No.
Ms. Willenbecker?
Yes.
Mr. Reddinger?
Yes,
4-3.
motion carries.
We had a motion and a second and a recommendation during comments
To draft the ordinance.
Okay.
Motion passes. Agenda item number 4.
So we still have to pass the
Right,
ordinance.
that's what I was gonna say. We make sure that we highlight.
It's going to come back again, yeah.
Yeah.
Agenda item number 4.
I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2022-6, updating the borough's technical requirements for customer-owned generation?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Willenbecker, a second by Counselor Strom. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Agenda item number 5.
Do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2022-7, opposing any and all plans to toll the I-83 South Bridge?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Miller and a second by Counselor Willenbecker. Any questions or comments? Mr. Sykes?
Ringer, I just state that I'm against that. Recently in Florida, it's beautiful. You pay for what you use. If I want to use the turnpike, I use it. If I don't, I don't. So
Fair
I'll be
comment?
voting no.
Fair comment? Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Oppose?
Aye.
Motion carries. Agenda item number 6.
Do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-1391, establishing a no parking area on Sage Boulevard in Woodland Hills Development?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Seitz. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Agenda item number 7.
Do I have a motion to advertise ordinance 2022-1392, amending Chapter 235, which is streets and sidewalks, to make revisions to and establish additional requirements relating to street and sidewalk use?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Seitz. Any questions or comments? Ms. Lloyd?
Mr. Kleinpeter, can you summarize what the changes are? Because I was
I didn't bring the red line copy with me, but I'll try to go off of memory, and maybe Matt, who's here, can help. But some of the changes were to incorporate street trees into the ordinance, since the shade tree ordinance went away some years ago, to handle those through property maintenance. So that was a big one. There was another one that had to do with types of things that cannot no longer be stored on the roadway, such as mulch, stone piles unless approved for, a contract, plows, certain things that just, no storage in the parking areas. And Matt, am I missing anything important? I think those are a couple of the main things.
Yeah, those were the biggest ones that created, it cleaned up a little bit about snow and ice off of sidewalks, having to clear the full width of the sidewalk rather than an 18-inch path. A lot of it was kind of minor things like that, but the main ones were keeping some of the different materials off the streets.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Agenda item number 8.
That's a short discussion that we wanted to have tonight, so council's aware that we had 2 resignations recently from our planning commission, and that has left us with the lack of a quorum. So we're actively advertising now to refill those positions. We only have 2 active members at this point. It is an advisory commission. We had a meeting that had to be canceled the other day due to lack of quorum that we didn't expect. So now that those applications will come straight to council instead of going to the planning commission until we can reestablish membership.
That's correct. We'll have to continue to make sure that the county planning commission gets
Yes.
their 30 days to weigh in.
Okay.
Thank you for the update. Agenda item number 9.
That's a special request. Do I have a motion to approve the American Legion Post 594 request to hold a Memorial Day Parade on May 30th from 11 a.m. to noon?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Willenbecker, second by Councilor Seitz. Any questions or comments on the parade? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 10.
Another special request. This is an annual request. It's a motion to approve Seven Sorrows request to hold field day for Seven Sorrows students at Huffer Park on May 27th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a rain date of May 31st.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Willenbecker, second by Councilor Miller. Any questions or comments? Councilor Lloyd?
Will you have the bathrooms, or are they already de-winterized, or?
Yeah, the water's turned on.
Okay, that has been done already, okay.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 11.
We have a motion to approve the financial security cost estimate in the amount of $3,326,076 as recommended by HRG for Woodland Hills Phase 6B, 8, 9, and 10B.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Willenbecker, second by Councilor Miller. Any questions or comments on Woodland Hills? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 12.
Do I have a motion to accept Logan Holstein's letter of resignation from the zoning hearing board?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Seitz, second by Councilor Stroh. Any questions or comments on the resignation? All in favor? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I would just like to thank Mr. Holstein for, his service on the board, and it's unfortunate that he is unable to continue.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 13.
Do I have a motion to approve the modified zoning/building permit application as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilor Willenbecker, second by Councilor Miller. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 14.
Do I have a motion to authorize moving forward with the server relocation to Borough Hall as approved for use through the American Rescue Funds?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Miller. Any questions or comments on the relocation of the server? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 15.
Do I have a motion to authorize the purchase of lease tracking software through Brown, Schultz, Sheridan, and Fritz in the amount of $1,000 to $1,500?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Counselor Seitz, second by Counselor Willenbecker. Any questions or comments? 1,000 to 1,500. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 16.
Do I have a motion to authorize the purchase of the fixed asset template through Brown, Schultz, Sheridan, and Fritz in the amount of $1,000 to $1,500?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Miller. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 17.
Do I have a motion to authorize Council President to sign the Mission Square Retirement Governmental Money Purchase Plan Adoption Agreement, amending and restating the existing defined contribution plan?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Miller. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 18.
Do I have a motion to approve the retainer agreement with HRG in the amount of $13,600 for assistance in the procurement of grant funding for the proposed Emo Street Streetscape Project number R000516.0497?
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Willenbecker, second by Counselor Strome. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 19.
Do I have a motion to approve the Borough Special Events National Night Out on August 2nd, 2022, Trick or Treat, October 27th, 2022, with a rain date of October 28th, Christmas tree lighting and associated events on November 26th, 2022, with a rain date of November 27th, 2022, at the St. Peter's Kier?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Counselor Willenbecker and a second by Counselor Kluskevich. Any questions or comments? All in favor? I'm sorry, there's a
Ooh.
question, Ms. Lloyd?
Yes, not a question, but a comment that I am going to go on record again to state that I think that we've had the tree up at the Kirch for 3 years, and I think that it should be moved downtown or to Huffer Park. We're putting a new playground in at Huffer Park, and it would be nice to have the entire celebration there or downtown where it can incorporate all of the businesses. So that's my feeling on it.
Excellent. Mr. Sid?
Just echo those same comments.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Kliskevich?
Yes.
Ms. Lloyd?
No.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Seitz?
No.
Mr. Strome?
No.
Ms. Willenbecker?
Yes.
Mr. Readinger?
Yes. It passes, and Merry Christmas. At this time, I
Merry
would like to,
Christmas, everyone.
a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Oh, I'm sorry. Public comment. At this time, do I have general public comment? Oh, there's a back page. I'm not used to back pages.
Right?
There's back, that's what threw me off. Go ahead.
Jack Still. At the April 19th, I'm going to repeat myself because this one didn't work on April 19th. At the April 19th, 2022 meeting, about 1 hour was spent discussing the Borough Public Pool opening at the cost of a $174,000 loss. The pool, $174,000 loss, matter should have been a 5-minute discussion and a resounding no. It was suggested that some children of Middletown would be disadvantaged if the pool was not open at the cost of a $174,000 loss. I guess the children in Royalton, Londonderry, Lower Spire, and High Spire are all in mental health counseling because they don't have a pool in their municipality. Manager Kleinpeter also mentioned at the last meeting that the municipalities involved with the Olmsted Recreation Board didn't want any part of the board if it included the Middletown pool. Only the Middletown Borough government wanted to be a part of the lose-lose situation, the public pool.
Thank you, Mr. Still. Any more public comment? General public comment?
Dawn Knoll, 123 State Street. I stand before you tonight as a resident of this borough. A resident has always had a passion and well-being for the children of our borough. A resident has always spoke up for those children, whether it be standing in front of a news camera or in front of this council, and that will not stop. I stand before you tonight with my opinion on the vote you took at our last meeting to not open the community pool this year. While I completely understand that the pool has and will always operate at a deficit, on August 17th of 2021, a group of residents stood before this council willing to help this borough to keep the pool open. They asked to be made part of it into a committee and were told to be best if they became a 501c3. Those that know anything about becoming a nonprofit know that it takes time and a lot of money to do that. That organization did obtain a nonprofit 501c3 status late in December. This organization was ready to put boots to the ground to help this borough, but they were met with obstacles. When they were ready to send out the letters is when this body started their talks that they were not going to open the pool. Their organization placed things on hold because they knew that as a 501c3, when you obtain money, you have to return money if it doesn't go through. I'm providing this council, as well as Grace, to make this part of the meeting minutes. A letter which I received back in July of 2021.
23.
2021. I received it July of 2021, after this body voted to open the pool this season. I have extra copies if anyone in the audience would like them. I'm not going to read it because I'll run out of time. As you will see, this letter is not signed, nor is there a return address. Some of you may say, then it's not valid, which is exactly what I would say. As most of you know, I don't come in front of people unless I have the facts. And I have verified them. This information is correct. What this letter says is true. It is also true that the Fried Trust was not the only organization or business that was contacted and given the same information and the same story. Based upon this information, I truly feel that this pool never stood a chance because the entire project to save it was being sabotaged by members of this board, including your mayor. Again, I state that while I understand that the community pool would have run in a deficit, this body did no justice to the residents of this borough by not opening that pool. I hope this body hires more police officers before June. I have said it before and I will say it again. Most of you sitting up here do not understand the demographics of this town and the people you serve. I will leave you with one question. How many of you have made it past Ann Street and visited that end of town, except for when there's a flood? And when there's a flood, we don't want you down there.
Thank you. Any more general public comment? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. President, I'd like to say something. I find it real curious that there's a letter addressed to Dawn Knoll, which looks to be her handwriting, but not signed, and this is what she wants to put into the record. I'll tell you exactly what I had a conversation with Mr. Miller about. And I asked him, are you aware of the financial implications of the pool for the last number of years, including before the borough ran it? We had a very blunt conversation about how it's constantly in the negative.
That's funny, it wasn't Mr. Miller that I spoke with.
Well, that's the only person I spoke with from the Fried Trust. I'm telling you right here, you could bring up a non-signed letter all you want in your handwriting. I'm telling you who I talked to. And I let you speak, and now it's my turn. My point to the Fried Trust was that you are wasting your donation because the pool is only going to go into the red more and more and more. And as we've seen now with the economy, not only was it the negative 91 that they budgeted for and this council approved, so stop throwing stones at this body for not supporting the pool, they did. It's a negative 174, as pointed out by Mr. Still. Furthermore, stop throwing the 501c3 thing around as a shield. You had the ability, you had the ability, just as anyone else on your group who called the Uptown pool racist, to ask those people to send a donation to this borough that said, keep your pool open, love whatever business. And you didn't do that. So stop hiding behind the 501c3. This is absolutely ridiculous that we are going to stand for this type of thing. Ridiculous. Don, you really need to stop. You are so vindictive and hate-filled, I just don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends with you. Thank God you're not sitting here anymore.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. We will be adjourning to executive session to discuss personnel and potential litigation. We will not be returning. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. We're out of here.